Welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little hoodie for baby boys and girls between 3 and 6 months old. The stitch pattern that I used to make this little sweater with is the star stitch. It's absolutely beautiful and very easy to make, so I hope you like it. Now, like I said, this little sweater with hood is for baby boys and girls between 3 and 6 months old, but you can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to 12 months. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop up here on the right hand side and in the information box below. Thank you so much for your support. Now, to make this little hoodie, I used a total of 164 grams of yarn. I used number 3 yarn, but you can also use any DK weight or a ply. Okay, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'll be using this light number 3 baby yarn in this color white and pink. For those of you who ask, I'm using Lion Brand Baby Soft. This is a light number 3 yarn in this color little girl pink. Okay, the yoke I'm going to make in this color white, and the rest of the sweater I'm going to use the pink color. To begin, I have 60 chains. This chain here measures 12.5 inches, which is about 33 centimeters, and the stitch multiple for our base chain is 4 plus 1. So to these 60 chains, I'm going to add 1 here at the end. So in total now I have 61 chains. Now to begin, on the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, I'm going to make a single crochet. Into the next chain, same thing, a single crochet, and this is how I'm going to continue with this first row, just making 1 single crochet on each one of these chains. At the end of this first row, I'm going to have a total of 60 single crochets, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end to show you the second row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 60 single crochets for the first row. Now for the second row, I'm going to chain 2. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. So here we're going to turn and we're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th single crochet, we're going to work 2 double crochets together. So let me show you. So on top of this first single crochet, I'm going to make my first double crochet. There's 1 into the next, 2 into the next, 3. So I have 3 double crochets, and into this 4th single crochet, I'm going to make 2 double crochets together, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the repeat sequence for this second row. You're going to make 3 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets together. Let me show you again. Into the next single crochet, make a double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets together into the same stitch. Okay, so you're going to continue like this for this row, making 3 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets together. Make 3 double crochets, and into the next 2 double crochets together. Continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this second row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I'm almost done with this last multiple. I have 3 double crochets, and to finish into this last single crochet, I'm going to make my last 2 double crochets. Okay, and this is how I finished this second row. In this second row, I have a total of 75 double crochets. Now for the third row, I'm going to chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. In this third row, I'm going to make 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into this 5th double crochet, I'm going to make 2 double crochets together. So let me show you. On top of this first double crochet, make a double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, and into this next one, 2 double crochets together, 1 and 2. Okay, so our repeat sequence for this third row is going to consist of making 4 double crochets. So let me show you again. Make 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next double crochet you're going to make 2 double crochets together. Okay, so you're going to continue like this, making 4 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets together. Make 4 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets together. Continue like this all the way to the end. At the end of this third row, you're going to have a total of 90 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this third row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I'm almost done. I did my last 4 double crochets, and to finish I'm going to make my last 2 double crochets on top of this last double crochet, not on top of the chains. So to finish I'm going to make my last 2 double crochets on top of this last double crochet, and this is how I finish this third row, and I have a total of 90 double crochets for this third row. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. In this row, we're going to make 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the 6th double crochet, we're going to make 2 double crochets together. You're going to make 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets together. So let me show you. On top of this first double crochet, make your first double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and into this next one 2 double crochets together, 1 and 2. Again, we're going to make 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and into the next one 2 double crochets together. This is going to be our repeat sequence of making 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets together. Make 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets together. Continue like this all the way to the very end. At the end of this fourth row, you're going to have a total of 105 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row. I finished this row by making these last 2 double crochets into this last double crochet, not into the 2 chains, but on top of the last double crochet. In this row, I have a total of 105 double crochets. Now, for the fifth row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch. Now, what we're going to do in this row is we're going to make 6 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the 7th double crochet, which is this next one, we're going to make 2 double crochets together. So let me show you. On top of the first double crochet, make 1 double crochet. On top of the next double crochet, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets, and into the next double crochet 2 double crochets together into the same stitch. Okay, so our repeat sequence is going to consist of making 6 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. Let me show you again. So double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets, and into this next one 2 double crochets together, 1 and 2. So continue like this, repeating the same sequence of making 6 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. Make 6 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets all the way to the very end. At the end of this fifth row, you should have a total of 120 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have a total of 120 double crochets, and I finished this row by making my last 2 double crochets on top of this last double crochet, not on top of the chains. Okay, so now for the 6th row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now in this row, we're going to make 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the 8th double crochet here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets together. This is going to be our repeat sequence of making 7 double crochets, and into the next stitch, 2 double crochets together. So let me show you. On top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. That's 1. On top of the next double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, and into the next double crochet, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. This is how you're going to continue for the rest of the row. You're going to make 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into this next one, 2 double crochets together. Make 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into this next one, 2 double crochets together. Continue like this all the way to the end of this row. At the end of this row, you're going to have a total of 135 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 7th row. I finished by making my last 2 double crochets on top of my last double crochet, not on top of the chains. And I have a total of 135 double crochets. Now for the 7th row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains do not count as a stitch. In this row, what we're going to do is we're going to make 8 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and into this next double crochet we're going to crochet 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And this is how you're going to continue for the rest of this row. So let me show you. On top of this first double crochet, make 1 double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, and into this next double crochet, 2 double crochets together, 1 and 2. This is going to be a repeat sequence for this 7th row, so continue in the same way, making 8 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and into the next 2 double crochets together. Make 8 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and into the next 2 double crochets together. Continue like this all the way to the very end. At the end of this 7th row, you should have a total of 150 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making my last row, row number 7, and I have a total of 150 double crochets for this row. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to divide our sleeves, but first it's measuring from here to here. It measures 3 inches, which is about 7.5 centimeters. Okay, so now between this last double crochet and this stitch marker here, I have 20 double crochets. Between this stitch marker and this next stitch marker, there are 35 double crochets. This is going to be one of the sleeves. Between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, I have 40 double crochets. Don't worry about these in between. I'll tell you what these are for when we're making the next row. And between this stitch marker and this stitch marker, again, I have 35 double crochets, which is going to be the other sleeve. And between here and here, I have also 20 double crochets. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so we have 20, 20, and then for the sleeves, 35, and then in the back, 40. Okay, so now to make the next row, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to continue with this color, but instead I'm going to change colors to the color pink. If you're not going to change colors, you just chain 2 and turn. So now here, Since I'm going to change colors, I have this loop. I'm just going to bring it through the front like this and close this last double crochet with this color pink and chain 2, 1 and 2. And before I turn, I'm going to tie these two together. Okay, so now we can turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And into this 10th double crochet, which is where I have the stitch marker, I'm going to make 1 extra double crochet. So we're going to double crochet 2 together here. So let me show you. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. So here I'm going to make a double crochet on top of the first double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. I'm going to remove the stitch marker, and into this 10th double crochet I'm going to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So now between this first double crochet that I did and this one here, I have 11 double crochets. So now here I have these next 10 double crochets, so I'm just going to make double crochets until I come to the stitch marker. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 double crochets. Okay, so here we have a total of, let me count them for you. I'm not counting the 2 chains, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 double crochets for this side. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 4. I'm going to skip these 35 double crochets and into the 36th double crochet, which is this one here after the stitch marker, I'm going to make a double crochet. And then here again I'm going to make 9 double crochets, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets, and into this next double crochet, which is the 10th double crochet, I'm going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so between here and here I have 11 double crochets. So now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue working double crochets until I come to this next stitch marker. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 double crochets. So now I have a total of 31 double crochets between this last double crochet and this first double crochet here for this side. Okay, so now into this next double crochet, I'm going to make 2 double crochets together. So 1 and 2. And then I'm going to finish these next 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. Okay, so now let me count and see how many stitches we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So I do have 42 double crochets. So make sure you have 42 double crochets here in the back. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to chain 4 and we're going to skip these 35 double crochets and into the 36 double crochet, which is this double crochet after the stitch marker. I'm going to make a double crochet. And now here I'm going to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets. I'm going to remove the stitch marker because into this next double crochet I'm going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, and then now here I'm just going to continue and finish this side. So I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this row of double crochets where we divide the sleeves, and we have from here to here we have a total of 21 double crochets. Then we have 4 chains under the sleeve, and then in the back we have 42 double crochets, and then again 4 chains, and this part here in the front again 21 double crochets. So in total we have 84 double crochets with 4 chains here and 4 chains here. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to make 1 row of single crochets all around. So 1 single crochet on top of each one of these double crochets. So what we're going to do now here is I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So on top of this first double crochet I'm going to make a single crochet, and I'm going to continue like this until I come here to where I have the 4 chains. I'm going to make a little adjustment here, so I'll do that in a minute. So let me do these single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20, and 21 single crochets up to this last double crochet. Now we have the 4 chains here. Into the first chain, which is this one here, I'm going to make 2 single crochets into the same chain here. So 1 and 2. And then into these next 2 I'm going to work 1 single crochet on each. So 1, and into the next 1. So into this last chain now I'm going to make 2, 1 and 2. So now we have 6 single crochets here underneath the sleeve. This is so that when we come back and do the next row, I'm going to have 3 star stitches right underneath the sleeve. Okay, and now I'm just going to continue here, just making single crochets on top of each one of these double crochets, just like this. So you're going to continue like this all the way to this side. Now you're going to do the same thing we did here. You're going to make 2 single crochets into the same chain here, and then work 2 normal single crochets, 1 and 2, and into the 4th chain you're going to make again 2 single crochets, so that in total you have 6 single crochets underneath the sleeve here. And then continue along just making the rest. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets, and I have a total of 96 single crochets for this row. Now we're going to start counting our rows, so we're going to make the first row for our pattern stitch, which is the star stitch. The star stitch consists of 2 rows, so we're going to make the first row of our pattern stitch. So chain 3 and turn. And now here into the second chain from the hook, insert your hook, grab a loop. We have 2 loops. Into the 3rd chain, insert your hook, grab a loop. Into this first single crochet, grab a loop, and into these next 2, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay, and now to make your next star stitch, insert your hook into the eye of this star stitch, 2 loops here to the side, 3 loops into this last loop that we pulled, 4, and into these next 2, 5, 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay, here's our second star stitch. One more time, insert your hook through the eye, grab a loop to the side, grab a loop into this last stitch where we pull the last loop, and into these next 2, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. This is how you're going to continue. I will meet you around here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here on this other side, and I did my 3 star stitches that we were going to make underneath the sleeve. So here is my last star stitch for this side. So I had 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 star stitches. And then I did these 3 under the sleeve. So now we have 13 star stitches. So here to continue, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to insert our hook, grab a loop on these stitches, and into these next 2 single crochet, same thing, 6 loops, close, chain 1. And we're going to continue like this for this side. This is the back, and then underneath the sleeve the same thing, and here on this other side. So I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of our star stitch. Up to here I have a total of 47 star stitches for this first row. Now I fell short of 1 stitch, but it's no problem. What I'm going to do here is to make my last half double crochet. To finish this row, I'm going to insert my hook into the same stitch where I just pulled my last loop. So into this last single crochet, I'm also going to make my half double crochet, and this is how I finished this first row of our star stitch with 47 star stitches. Now for the second row of our pattern stitch, we're going to chain 2 and turn, but first in this next row, this is where I'm going to insert my hook inside each one of these star stitches. There's this little hole right there. That's where I'm going to insert my hook. So we chain 2 and turned. This row is very easy. All you do is make 2 half double crochets inside each one of these star stitches. Beginning here in the first one, there's 1 and 2. Into the next star stitch, same thing, 2 half double crochets. Into the next, 2 half double crochets. This is all you're going to do for the second row, and this is what it looks like on the right side. And there's your complete star stitch. Okay, so continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row to our star stitch pattern, and to finish this row I'm just going to finish by making a single crochet into this first loop of this first star stitch here in the very edge. And this is how I finished this second row, and I have a total of 94 half double crochets, not including the chain we did at the beginning or this single crochet here at the end. Now at every row, when you complete the second row to our star stitch, you're always going to have 94 half double crochets, and you're always going to have a total of 47 star stitches. Okay, so now to make the next row is going to be exactly like we did the first row to our star stitch. So to do that, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn. Into the second chain, insert your hook, grab a loop. Into the third chain, insert your hook, grab a loop. Insert your hook into this single crochet we did at the end, and into these next 2 half double crochets, insert your hook and grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay, here's our first star stitch. To make the next star stitch, insert your hook through the eye of your star stitch to the side, into this stitch where we pull the last loop, and into these next 2 half double crochets, pull a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Now you're going to continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of star stitches. We've completed one row of our star stitch pattern. Remember, it consists of 2 rows, so this is the first row of our second row. Okay, so now to finish, oh, and up to here I have a total of 47 star stitches. You're always going to have 47 star stitches in this row, plus a half double crochet that I'm about to do here at the end. So don't forget to do this half double crochet here at the end on top of the second chain here at the very edge. So make your half double crochet, and this is how we finish the second row. And now for the second row of our pattern stitch, we're going to chain 2 and turn. Inside each one of these star stitches, you're going to make 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. Into the next, 1 and 2. You're going to continue like this for this row. At the end of this row of half double crochets, you're going to have a total of 94 half double crochets. You're going to repeat these 2 rows. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do for the rest of this sweater, but I will let you know here how many rows I'm going to do. And what I mean by rows is complete rows. So we've completed 1 row and we're about to finish this second row. So I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 10 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this star stitch pattern. I had made 11 rows, but it was too long, but if you want to make 1 more row, it's totally fine. You can do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to this baby sweater, I'm going to add a little hood, and I'm going to make this hood in the color white to match my yoke here. Okay, so what we're going to do next to do this hood is I'm going to go here to the top. This is the first chain here at the very top, and what I'm going to do is I have this loop and I'm going to bring it through the front like this and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Into this same stitch right here, I'm going to make 1 more double crochet. Into these next 4 stitches, I'm going to make 1 double crochet on each. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I have a total of 5 double crochets plus the 3 chains here at the beginning. Now into the next stitch here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets. 1, 2, and now I'm going to make again 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into this next stitch 2 double crochets together. 1 and 2. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 71 double crochets, including the 3 chains here at the beginning. So now for the next 16 rows, we're going to do the following. We're going to chain 3 and turn. On top of the next double crochet, not on top of this one, but into the next one, you're going to make a double crochet. Double crochet on top of the next, double crochet on top of the next. This is all we're going to do, just double crochets on top of each one of these double crochets of your previous row until you come here to the end. At the end of this row, you're going to finish with a double crochet here into this last chain, into the 3rd chain. That's where you're going to make your last double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3 and turn, and then start your first double crochet on top of this next double crochet, and continue like this until we have a total of 16 rows. Now if it's more rows or less, I will let you know here how many rows I'm going to do, so I will meet you here at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 17th row. I did a total of 17 rows. So we started here and I did double crochets for a total of 17 rows. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put these 2 sides together like this. This is the right side, so we're going to put both sides like this, and we're going to close this here with slip stitches. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook here on top of this 3rd chain, right there. Grab this loop, bring it through the front, and chain 1. Okay, and now insert your hook into the 2nd double crochet and into the 2nd double crochet here on the side, and grab a loop and make a slip stitch. Again, insert your hook on this side into the 3rd double crochet and into the 3rd double crochet here and make a slip stitch. Insert your hook into the 4th double crochet on this side and into the 4th double crochet on this side and make a slip stitch. Now this is all you're going to do to close this part here, so I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making my hoodie and here it is. Here at the end I just did a slip stitch and I just cut my yarn, and this part here is done, and this is what it looks like. One thing here, if you notice, this is kind of long, so what you can do is just fold it over like this, and that fixes that problem. Okay, but we're also going to do a couple rows around here so that it looks a lot nicer. So what we're going to do next is down here we're going to make a couple rows of front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning on this side, this is the last row here, this is where we finished, here's my end, and on this side here, working from the inside out, we're going to make a row with this color white. So I have a loop here, so you bring the loop through the front like this and then chain 2, 1, 2, and then on top of the first half double crochet you make a half double crochet. On top of the next, make a half double crochet and continue like this all the way to the very end. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of half double crochets. In total I have 95 half double crochets. So now to finish, I'm going to go into this last stitch here at the very end right there, and I'm going to make a half double crochet. And this is how I finish this row with a total of 96 half double crochets. So now for the next row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. In this row, we're going to work front post and back post half double crochets. So beginning here into this 2nd half double crochet, we're going to make a front post half double crochet. Next one, a back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet. This is how we're going to continue this row. We're going to alternate between a front post and a back post half double crochet all the way to the very end. Continue like this. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 2nd row of front post and back post half double crochets. To finish, I'm going to make a half double crochet on top of the 2nd chain here at the very end. And this is how I finish this row. Now for the next row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we're going to do the same thing for this row. This first front post half double crochet, we're going to work into a front post half double crochet. This next one is a back post, so we're going to work a back post half double crochet. Next one, front post. Next one, back post. Continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. To finish, I'm just going to go here to the top of this second chain and finish with a half double crochet. And this is how I finish this third row. Now we're going to make one more row, so chain 2 and turn. We're going to do the exact same thing we did on the previous row. So beginning here into the second half double crochet, we're going to make a front post half double crochet. Next is a back post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet. Continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this fourth row. To finish, I'm just going to go into this last chain right here and make my last half double crochet. And this is how I finish this fourth row. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to work half double crochets around this very edge. So around here, all the way around the hoodie and down here at the bottom. Okay, so here to do that, we're going to chain 1. And into the space here where I just did this half double crochet, just insert your hook and make 1 half double crochet. Insert your hook into the next chain 2 space and make a half double crochet. Into the next half double crochet, make a half double crochet. And into this next chain 2 space, make a half double crochet. So we did 4 half double crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what we're going to do is we have these rows of star stitches. So here on the very edge, we're going to do a total of 3 for each row. So beginning here, I'm going to insert my hook right here and make a half double crochet right here in the middle. Make a half double crochet into this stitch here. I'm going to insert my hook and make my half double crochet. So I think that looks pretty good. So we have 3, and I'm now going to make 3 again on this side. So into this stitch, make a half double crochet right here in the middle stitch. I want to make sure I grab both loops. Make a half double crochet, half double crochet, and here at the very edge right there, make it half double crochet. And this is what it looks like. Continue like this all the way to up to this row of start stitches, and then I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to work this part along the yoke, and then also work the same thing around the hoodie. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the top. This is the first row of star stitches, and from here to this half double crochet that we did here at the beginning, I have 34 half double crochets for this part here. And then now here we have this row where we divided the sleeves, so it's a double crochet. So I'm going to make 2 half double crochets inside this stitch. And then now here for this row where the yoke begins, I'm going to make 1 half double crochet. And then into this next stitch, 2 half double crochets. Into the next 1, into the next 2. Into the next 1, into the next 2. Okay, and then we have this stitch here that's the single crochet row, so make 1 half double crochet, and then we have the first chain. This is where we started, so this here is the chain, so make 1 half double crochet. Okay, so let me count how many I have. So I had 34 up to here, let's see, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 half double crochet. So we did a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 half double crochets between here and this last one that I just did. So now for the hoodie, what we're going to do is the same thing. These are 3 chains, so we're going to make, let's see, 1 half double crochet, and this is a double crochet, so 2 half double crochets. The next one is a chain 3, so make 1 half double crochet. Next one is a double crochet, so make 2 half double crochets. So continue like this. You're going to make 1 half double crochet where we have the chains and 2 half double crochets where we have the double crochet. 1 half double crochet and then 2 half double crochets. This is how you're going to alternate for this part here, the hoodie. So continue like this. I will meet you here at the very end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making half double crochets around the hoodie. So now here we have this row of chains. This is where we began the first row for our yoke. So in there I'm going to make 1 half double crochet. Into this next one, which was a single crochet row, I'm going to make 1. And then we have this first row, so here I made 2 half double crochets on the other side, so I'm going to make 2 here, and then 1 half double crochet here, and then into this next one I'm going to make 2 half double crochets. I want to make sure I'm making the same number of stitches I did on this side as I do on this side. On this side we did 11, so here I want to make sure I make 11. So let's see, into this next one I'm going to make 1, and to this next one is 2 half double crochets, and into this next one 1. Okay, I'm going to either have 11 or 12, let's see. So this is the first row, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we have 11, which is exactly right. So now in this row where we have the where we divided the sleeves, I'm going to make 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so now we have these rows of star stitches. So we're going to do 3 half double crochets. So insert your hook here at the very top and make 1, and then right in the middle 2, and down here 3. Okay, so that's 3 per row. And then again insert your hook here, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, again 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is how we're going to work this side, and that's what it looks like. Okay, continue like this. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just need to make my last half double crochet, so I'm just going to pinch this chain here at the very end, and I'm going to make my last half double crochet here. And this is how I finish this row of half double crochets all around. Okay, so now for the next row we're going to chain 2 and turn. In this row we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to make front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning here into the second half double crochet, we're going to make a front post half double crochet. Next one a back post half double crochet. Next one front post half double crochet. Next one back post. This is how you're going to continue all around, just making front post and back post half double crochets all around, including the hoodie. So continue like this. I will meet you here at the end, right here, right before we begin the yoke, to show you how we're going to make our buttonholes. Okay, I finished making my front post half double crochets and back post half double crochets around the hoodie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our first buttonhole, and to do that I have this stitch marker here in this first row of double crochets of our yoke. See, here's the first row. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my last buttonhole I'm going to make into this last row that we did for our yoke. Okay, so to do this first one, what we need to do is I'm going to chain 1, skip this half double crochet and into the next, make your next stitch. Now since my last stitch here in this row of single crochets was a front post half double crochet, my next one should be a back post, so this next one should also be a front post half double crochet. So I'm just going to follow the same sequence, and then from here to the next I'm just going to do the same thing. Next one is a back post, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half double crochets. Now chain 1, skip this half double crochet where I have this stitch marker. I'm going to remove that stitch marker, skip this one, and into the next make my next front post half double crochet. Now we have both of our buttonholes. So here's one and here's the next one. So now here I'm just going to continue in the same way. I'm only going to do 2, but if you want to do more than that and you want to put buttonholes on this side, you can do it in the same way I just showed you here. Okay, so now you just continue in the same way all the way down to the very end. So I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row of front post and back post half double crochets. Now for the next row we're going to do the same thing, so chain 2 and turn. Okay, so these stitches we're going to work in the way that they are. So if it's a front post half double crochet like this one, we're going to make a front post half double crochet. The next one is a back post. You're going to make a back post half double crochet. Front post, back post. This is all we're going to do all around. So continue like this. When you come here to where we did the buttonholes, which is 2 for me, here's 1 and here's the next one. All you're going to do is, here's this half double crochet, so you're going to work this one into a back post, and then inside you're just going to insert your hook here and make a half double crochet, and then you're going to continue with the next one, which is a back post, and then continue along in the same way. And here's the next one, so you're going to do the same thing, just make a half double crochet inside this chain 1 space and then continue along in the same way until you come here to the very end. So I will meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this part here, and then we're going to start on the sleeves. Okay, I finished making my last half double crochet here at the end into the chain 2 space right there, and this is what it looks like. I just cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop, and here's this part done, and I've already put my buttons, and that's what it looks like. And then here's the little hoodie, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work on one of the sleeves. So on the side here, right in the middle, I'm going to insert my hook. So just find the middle, which is right around here, and then I'm going to grab this loop in this color pink and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now here I'm going to make a stitch reduction. So I'm going to insert my hook into the second single crochet, so 1, 2, right there, right in the very corner. Insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then insert your hook here on top of this, double crochet into this space right there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Okay, here's our first stitch reduction, which counts as 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to do one more, so yarn over, insert your hook inside the double crochet space, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then insert your hook here into this stitch where we did the double crochet. Take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. So now we have 2 double crochets, 1 and 2 plus the 3 chains. And now I'm just going to continue around the sleeve, just making 1 double crochet around for each one of these double crochets, just like this. Okay, so continue like this. I will meet you here on this other end. this side here to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at the end up to here, which is the last double crochet out of the 35 double crochets that we have around the sleeve. I have a total of 37 double crochets because of these two that we did here at the very beginning. So we have 37 double crochets plus the 3 chains. We have 38 double crochets. So now I'm going to make my 2 reductions that we did on this side. I'm going to do the same thing here on this side. So yarn over, insert your hook here into this space, which is where we have this double crochet. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook here where we have the double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook here in this very corner right there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, and then right between these single crochet right around the middle, you're just going to have to eyeball it there. Take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. And now to finish this row, I'm just going to pinch the 3rd chain and make a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this first row with a total of 40 double crochets all around, including the 3 chains. So now for the next row, what we're going to do is we're going to start our first row of our pattern stitch, which is the star stitch. So to do that, I'm going to chain 3. And I'm not going to turn or anything. What I'm going to do next is insert your hook into the 2nd chain, grab a loop. Insert your hook into the 3rd chain, grab a loop. Insert your hook into the slip stitch right here, grab a loop, 6 loops, and into these next 2 stitches, grab a loop. 1, 2, 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay. Now again, to make your next star stitch, insert your hook through the eye or inside this star stitch, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, into this stitch where we grab the last loop, grab a loop, 4 loops, and then into these next 2 stitches, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. One more time. Insert your hook through the eye, grab a loop in here to the side, grab a loop into this last stitch where we grab the last loop, and into these next 2 double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay, and this is how you're going to continue all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this row. Okay, I'm about to finish this first row. Up to here I have a total of 19 star stitches. So now to make the last one, insert your hook through the eye, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, into this stitch where we grab the last loop, grab a loop, 4 loops, and into this stitch, grab a loop, and you're going to pull this stitch here and you're going to see this little space. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, 6 loops, close. And this last star stitch, we're not going to close with a chain 1 like we normally do, but rather we're going to go to the top of this first star stitch right there and insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row, and that's what it looks like. So we have a total of 20 star stitches all around. Now for the second row of our star stitch, remember that our pattern consists of 2 rows. You're going to chain 1 and turn. And inside each one of these star stitches, you're going to see the little eye. So that's where you're going to make 2 half double crochets inside each one. So beginning here, you're going to make 2 half double crochets. 1, 2. Jump to the next one. 1, 2. Jump to the next one. 1 and 2. This is all we're going to do all around, so continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish this row. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 40 half double crochets. Okay, I'm here at the end. I have a total of 40 half double crochets up to this last star stitch. So now to finish this row and all the rows that follow when you do the second row to our pattern stitch, all you're going to do is just go here to the side right there and insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Make sure that this slip stitch is not too tight, because what we're going to do on the next row is we're going to need this stitch to grab a loop from. So To do the next row, which is the first row to our pattern stitch, this is what you're going to do. You're going to chain 3 and turn like this. Okay, don't turn the other way, just turn like I did. And then here, insert your hook into the second chain, grab a loop, into the third chain, grab a loop, and then this is the slip stitch that I just told you not to make too tight, because you're going to insert your hook through there and grab a loop. 4 loops, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. One more time. Insert your hook through the eye, grab a loop, to the side, into this last stitch where we grab the last loop, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you once again how to finish this row, and then show you again how to start the second row to our pattern stitch. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. I decided to make a stitch reduction here at the end because it's a bit too wide, the sleeve. So to do that, instead of making these last 2 star stitches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the last one with 8 loops. So to do that, I'm going to go into the eye of a stitch, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, here at the bottom, grab a loop, and into these next 4, grab a loop. We have 8 loops, 2, 4, 6, 8, close, and then here you're not going to chain 1 because it's the last star stitch, so you're going to go to the top of the first star stitch, insert your hook, grab a loop, and make a slip stitch. Okay, and this is how we finish this row. Now you're going to have a total of 19 star stitches in this row, and not the 20 that we have here on the first row. So from here on, you're only going to have 19 star stitches. So now what you're going to do for the second row is the same thing. You're going to chain 1 and turn. And in this row, all we do is just make 2 half double crochets inside each one of these star stitches. Just like this. Jump to the next one and make 2 half double crochets. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of half double crochets. I have a total of 38 half double crochets in this row. Now to finish this row and all the rows that follow, when you do the second row, you're just going to go here to the side, grab a loop, and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this second row, and here it is. We have a total of 19 star stitches all around, and here's the second row. Now to start your third row, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Okay, this is the first row to our pattern stitch, so remember, you insert your hook into the second chain, grab a loop, into the third chain, grab a loop, into this slip stitch that we did, grab a loop, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. We have 6 loops, close, chain 1, and here's our first star stitch. Now to make the next star stitch, insert your hook through the eye, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, and into this last stitch where we grab the last loop, and into these next 2, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Okay, so from here on, just continue like this, repeating these 2 rows. When you finish this row, you're just going to join here to the top of this first star stitch and make a slip stitch. But remember that the last star stitch we do not close with a chain 1, but rather you go straight to the top and make a slip stitch. So continue like this, repeating these 2 rows. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, so I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm about to finish my 9th row, so in total I did 8 complete rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 complete rows of our star stitch. And now I'm in the first row to this 9th row. So now here to finish this row, I have these 4 half double crochets yet to finish. So rather than making these last 2 star stitches, I'm going to make this last star stitch with 8 loops rather than 6. And to do that, I'm going to do the following. Insert your hook through the eye of your star stitch to the side, here at the side, into this last stitch where we pull the last loop. I have 4 loops, and into these next 4 stitches I'm going to also grab loops. So the only difference is instead of doing it into 2, we're going to do it into 4. Okay, I have 8 loops, 2, 4, 6, 8, close. Okay, and since this is the last star stitch, we're not going to chain 1 here, but rather we're going to go to the top of the first star stitch and make a slip stitch. And this is how we're going to finish this row. And now from here on, you're going to have a total of 18 star stitches compared to the 19 that we had on all of these previous rows. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing for the second row. You're going to chain 1 and turn. And inside each one of these star stitches, you're going to make 2 half double crochets. This part here is the same as all the other rows. So continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row to our 9th row. So to finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, and this is how I finish this row. Now we're going to make one more row, so chain 3 and turn. This first star stitch for this 10th row, we're going to make it with 8 loops. So to do that, insert your hook into the second chain, grab a loop, into the third chain, grab a loop, inside this slip stitch, grab a loop, and into these next 4 half double crochets, grab a loop. Okay, 8 loops on the hook, 2, 4, 6, 8, close, chain 1. Okay, and then from here on, you're just going to work your normal star stitches with 6 loops. So insert your hook through the eye, to the side, into this last stitch, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop, 6 loops, close, chain 1. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row to our 10th row, and this last star stitch I haven't closed because I'm going to go to the top of the first one right there, insert my hook, grab a loop, and make a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this row with a total of 17 star stitches all around. Now to make the second row, we are going to chain 1 and turn. This row is exactly the same as the others. You just make 2 half double crochets inside each one of your star stitches. Okay, just like this all around. So continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 10th row. To finish, I'm just going to join here to the beginning and make a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this 10th row. So in total, we did 10 rows with these last 2 where we did reductions. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to make a half double crochet into the same stitch where we did the slip stitch, and a half double crochet on top of each one of these half double crochets, just like this all around. Just 1 half double crochet on top of each one of these half double crochets of your previous row. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. To finish this row and all the rows that follow, you're just going to make a slip stitch right here to the side where we have this chain. And this is how we finish this first row. Now for the next 3 rows, this is what we're going to do. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to make front post half double crochets and back post half double crochets. You're not going to turn, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to directly go into the first stitch and work a front post half double crochet. The next one is a back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet. Continue like this all around. When you're done here at the end, you're going to join here to the beginning where we have this chain with a slip stitch. You're going to chain 1 again and do exactly the same thing I just did here. We're going to do this for 3 rows like I said, so I'll meet you at the end of the 3rd row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the 3rd row, and all I did here was just join to the first chain with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and just pass my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done. Now this is what it looks like when it's all done. You're going to do the exact same thing we did here for this sleeve. You're going to do it here on this other side. So I'm going to do that next, so I'll come back and show you once it's all done. I finished the second sleeve. I did it exactly in the same way how I showed you here with the first sleeve. It's done exactly in the same way. Now this little hoodie is all done. This is how it looks. This is the back side, the bottom part of the sweater, and the front panels. Now let me give you the finished measurements. The total length here of the sleeve, from the top of the shoulder to the end of the sleeve, it's measuring about 27 centimeters, which is about 10.5 inches. From under the sleeve to the end of the cuff, it's measuring about 19 centimeters, which is about 7.5 inches. Now the width here of the sleeve, just the top, it's measuring about 9 centimeters, which is about 3.5 inches. Now the yoke depth, this part here, from here to here, it's measuring about 10.5 centimeters, which is about 4.25 inches. Now the total length from the top of the shoulder to the bottom here, the hem, it's measuring about 31 centimeters, which is about 12 inches. Now the chest measurement, just the top, it's measuring about 23 centimeters, which is about 9 inches. So based on these measurements, this little sweater is for baby boys and girls between 3 and 6 months old. You can easily make it smaller or bigger, I'd say from a newborn size and up to 12 months. In the information box, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. Now, my buttons here are 12 millimeter size. Depending on the size that you make, you may need smaller or bigger size buttons. I only made 2 buttonholes, and one thing I would probably change if I were to make this again, instead of making this first buttonhole here at the very top, which is the first row here of the yoke, I would probably make it here a little bit lower. That's one thing I would probably change, and probably add more buttonholes instead of just 2. You can always adjust that as you make the sweater. Now, as far as yarn, you're going to need a total of 164 grams for the 3 to 6 month size. I used number 3 yarn, but you can also use any DK weight or a ply. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. Don't forget, if you prefer written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop up here on the right hand side and in the information box below. Thank you so much for your support.